How do you turn that one
Lucky
on?
Star was on you. Travel Center. Yeah, we're on.
No, this one up here. No, your heater.
All right, waiting on the clerk. You didn't? But you thought, yeah, I heard. She said she was supposed to be out for 6 weeks. But I don't know what she had. Yeah, but she said I'm gonna try to be 2 to 3 weeks. Is that a big steer? $2. $2.05 and $2.05. To get five, to get five, to get five, to get five, to get five. 205 and $2.05 and five, to get five, to get $1.50, $1.50, 60. And here's 70. Going to be 170, 80, 175 and 75. Here's 75. Here's 75, 75, 80. There you're going to be 185. Here you're going to be 85 and 90. There you're going to be 195 and 95 and 200. Here you're going to be 2 and 95. You're going to be 2 and a half, 5 and 2 and a 5. To get 5 here. 205 and half 5. To get $5. To get 5 here. You're going to be 205 here. Now 5 here. S $2.13.
Is that one going to be that computer?
On a Monday, yeah. Here's a move. $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 60 and half 5 and 65, 70, 75, 75, give 80 there, you're going to be 85, 85, 85 and 90, you're going to be 190, 85, 95, 95, 2 and 95, 2, you're going to be 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 95, 2, S 195, 13. $125, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 125 here, 125 here, $1 pound, 105 and half 5 and 10 here, you're going to be 110 and 15, you're going to be 20, 20 and half 5 here, 120 by 30 and 25, you get 30 and half 30 and half 5 and 35, 35, 35, you get 35, you get 35, you get 35, you're going to be 35, you get 35, you get 35 here, Doug, 130 on 6.
That screen don't look right, but okay.
$1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here 60 and half, 62 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, you get 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, good to be 70 and 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, good to be 82 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 5 here, good to be 87 and a half, good to be 87, 50, 87 and a half here, good to be 90, and 90, good to be 90, good to be 90, good to be 190, good to be 90, but 90 there, good to be 90, but 90 there, good to be 90, good to be 90 here, Doug, 187 and a half, 7. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 16, half 5, and 65, 70, now 75, 75, 75, 80, there, good to be 80, 175, give 80, and 75, good to be 80, give 80, 75, good to be 80, give 80, give 80, 175, give 80 here, Chris, 175, boo. Oh, yeah, you ain't kidding. $50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, we get 5, now 70, we get 5, going to be 80, we get 5, going to be 90, 95, and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, we get 95, we get 95, we get 95, we get 95, going to be 90, now 5, S, 90, on 1. Buck 50. 150 point, 50, 50 point, 50, 50 point, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, now point, 51, 2, 1, 2, 3, 53, 4, 5, jiggy 5, 6 cutter, and 55, 56 here, 7, and 57, how hey, 9, good to 9, good to 9, good to 60, it's 61, has a good one, 2, and 2, good to 2, good to 2, and 3, good to 3, and 3, and 4, here, 64, 5, and 65, has a good 5, 65, and 65, 6 cutter, and 66 here, 67, and now 7, and 7, hey, good to be, hey, daughter, now, hey, now, 9, good to be 9, good to 9, good to be 69, and now 9, daughter, good to be 9, daughter, good to be 9, 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 good to be 8, now 9, Chris, 168 on number 10. $152.5, and 50, you get 2.5, going to be 2.5, you get 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 2.5, 55, 52.5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, 5, you get 5 here, 55, 55, 55 here, sort of 152.5 on number 20, Chris 20. Rob, did you go fishing over the weekend? Good. Crippled cows here, 25. Yeah, 25, 125, 30, and 32 and a half, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you get 5, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, and 49, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 50, and a half, 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a 5, and 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half here, 57 and a half, and 57 and a half here, Cavness, 155 straight away. All open. Old cows are open both. Are they here? 100 in the hand, 30, 10, 2 and a half, and 32, 50, and 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you give 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 40, 10, 2 and a half, 45, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, and 47 and 50, and 52 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60 and a half, 62 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and so get about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, now 70, 170, $1.72 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 75, 50, 77 and a half, going to be 80 now, 80 there, going to be 180, and now 80 there, going to be 80, going to give 80, going to be 80, you give 80 there, going to be 80 here, Jace, 177 and a half on number 30. Jace, 30. Old poor thin cows. 50 cents a pound. 55, 55, you get 55, 55, 60, you get 5, going to be 70, you get 5, going to be 80, now 5, you get 85, 85, 85, 85, 90, you get 90, 95, you get 95, you get $95. A dollar here, going to be $1, going to be $1 pound, going to be $1, going to be $1, going to be $1 here, Burns, 95 on number 3. $135, and 35, you go out 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, 40, and now 40, you're going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50, and now 50, you're going to get 2 and a half, you're going to get 55, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 60, you're going to get 2 and a half, you're going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, 750, and 67 and a half, going to be 67 and a half here, Jace, 165.30. They've been aborted. Okay, they've been aborted. 250. 255, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 55 there, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 265, and to get about 70, now 70, 85, going to be 275, 80, and 285 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 90, going to get 290, going to get 290, 290, 295, and 95 and 3, and 95 to get 3, and 95 to get 3, going to be 95 to get 300, and 95 to get 395 to get 3, and 95 to get 3 here, Chris, 295, 7X. Yeah. Might be over in a couple hours. That'd be good. Daughter bow. One daughter, a daughter pound, going to be 110, and $100 10, going to be 110, but a 10, 110, 110, 20, going to be 20, going to get 30, going to get 30, 120, going to get 30, now 40, going to get 40, 50, $1.50, $1.50, 60 there, going to be 160, $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 165, 165, 70, 170, 170, yeah, down here, 75. 175 and 75 here, down 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, Antone, 170. There's her mamas.
3 by 5. What's the horn?
3 by 5 and 3 by 7 plus. $1,000. 1,100 and 10, 11. You 10, 11, 10, 10, 11, 10, 11, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 11, 11, 1100, 10, 11, 11, 12, and 12, 50, and 12 to 10, and 12 to 10, 12 to 10, going to be 13, going to be half here, going to be 13 and a half, going to be 14 and a half here, going to be 1,500 and a half, and 15 and a half here, going to be half and a half here, going to be 15, 50, you're out on line, 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here, half here, going to be 15, 50, and 15, Austin, you're out, 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here, half here, half here, half here, so about 1,500, Ricardo. Get him outside, guys. What's going on? You want to resell her? She's kind of dumb.
Good work.
Hi, David Hoffman. How are you, sir? Good. Good seeing you. You're dry, but you're all right. Yep. Five to 7 years old. 120. 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 125 and 30, 125, get 30, and 25, 35 here, going to be 35, 40, you're going to get 45, 40 here, you're going to 45 here, you're going to be 45, you're going to get 5, and 45, 5, you're going to get 45, you're going to get 45, you're going to be 45, now 50, $1.53, you're going to get 50, you're going to get 50, you're going to get 50, 45, you're going to get 50, and 45, 53, you're going to get 50, you're going to get 50, you're going to get 50 here, S 145, 3. They're 6 to 7 years old. They're 4 and 5 months. 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, half and a half here, 16 and a half, 17, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 1750, and 17 and a half, going to be 17 and a half, going to be 1750, 50 and a half here, going to be 17 and a half, going to be 1750, and 17 and a half, going to be 18 and a half, going to be 18, going to be 119 and a half, and 19 and a half, going to be 1950, and 19 and a half. Prescott, you're out. 1952, 2050, and 2050 and a half, going to be 2050 and a half here, going to be 2050 and a half, going to be 2050, and 2050 and a half. Here, you're going to be 2,050. Ricardo, 2,000 even. She's 9 by 7. She got a little watery eye. 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 16, 17, 17, 17, 17, 16, 17, and $17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 18, 17, 18, 1,800, 1,800, here's 17, give 18, 1,800 here. Caleb, what about you? 1,800. Sold her 1,700 S7. Got a bump on my side. 135. Yeah, 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 45, 45, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 47, 50, and 40, 7 and a half, going to be 47, 50, 50, 10, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, here, Cavanis, 155 straight. Six years old, she's 6 months, 2,100 and 21 and 2,100, 2,100, 21, now 2 and 22, half 3 and 23, 3, half 3, half 4, 5 and 25, 600 and 26, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 6, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 2,700, now 6, now 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, here you're going to be 7 and 7, here you're going to be 700, now 7, now 8 and 28, now 9 and 9, 9, 3,000, 3, now 1 and 3,100 and 3,100, here's holder 3,000, Ricardo 3,000. Did you hit a jackpot too? Did you hit a jackpot as well? $55, 55, 57 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and 60, 60, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, and 67 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, 2 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, here's on 170, Chris, 10X, just 10. Yearling. She's a long-bodied thing, isn't she? $2. 210 and 210 20 and 220 30, we get 230, we get 240, we get 50, we get 60, going to be 255 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, S 250, 11X 250, 11X. 125, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 125 here, 32 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 7 and a half, and 37 and a half, going to be 40, we get 5, we get 45, and 45, 5, 50, and 5, and 55, 60, 165, and to get about 70, 175, 75, 75, 75 here, Jace, 170, 30. Lucky Star. Is that? Oh yeah. You don't? Is she open? Huh? Single test cow. She is 5-year-old. $1.50. $1.55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. I'm going 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 60. 165. And 70. 70. Now 5. Going to be 75. 180. And now 80. Going to be 85. Going to be 85. 85. 85 and 90. Going to be 190. 90. Going to be 90. 90. Going to be 85 and 90. Here's hold 185. Done. 22. Done. Double deuce. $1.50. $1.55. 55. 57. 57. About 60. And now 2.5. 2.5. 65. And 65. You want to try her again, Tad? 65. And 7.5. 7.5. 70. 72.5. 72.5. 5. And 75 here. 75. And 75. 75. 75. You're going to be 175. You're going to be 175. 80. 175. Give 80. 175. Give 80. 77.5. 80. 2.5. Sold her 180. Ricardo 5. I got you a bull. You need to breed her too. 4-year-old cow. She's 5 months bred. 2,000. 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, 1, and 2,100, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 here, 600, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 here, what about 7? Now 8, and 28, now 9, and 9 here, now 3, and 3,000 here, now 3, and 3,000, 3,000, going to be 25, 3,000 here, 25, 3, 25, 3,000 done, 2,900 on 45. I don't know. They all look high. 9-year-old. She's 6 months. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100. 21, 21, 21, 2 and 21, 2, 3 and 23, 4 and 23, 4 and half 4 now 5 and 25, 625, 550, 5 of 5, 6, 25 of 600 and 25 of 650 and 6 to hang. Going to be 26 to hang. Going to be 2650 now 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 now half and 27 and a half here. But here going to be 27 and a half here. Koi 2,700 on number 5. Six-year-old. She's 3 months. 2,100. 2,100. 2,100. 21, 21, and 22, 3, 4, 24, 5, 600, and 25, 6, and 25, 50, and 25, going to be 2,600 here, 6.5, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 800 here, 27.5, and 27.50, and 27.5, 7.5, 7, going to be 27, going to be 27.5, and tone 2,700. Three by 5 plus 3,000. 32.50 and 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 37 and 37 and 37, 4,000 and 4,000. I get 4,000. I get 4,000. I get 4,000. I'm going to be 2.5. I get 2.5. What about 1? 4,100 and 41 and 4,100. 4,100. 1 here. Going to be 4,100 and 4,100. 1 here. What did you get? 41, 2, 40 now 2, now 3, 40 to 3, 40 to 3. Sold her 4,200. Chris 3. Nice cow. Four-year-old. She's a single test cow. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 60 now 5, and 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 5, going to be 7, going to be 70, 2.5, 70, 2.5, and 7 of 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, top row, you're out, 85, 85 here, 85 and 90, 195 here, 195, 2, and 95, 2, 5, and 2.5 here, 5, 205, and 2.5, 5 here, 5 here, done, $2 on 22. Yearling heifer. 285. 285.90 and 285.90 here, 85.90 here, 85.90 here, good to be 85.90 here, good to be 285, get 90 and 290, 85.90, get 90, get 90, good to be 90, get 90 here, and now 90 here, Chris, 285, 7X. Five-year-old tested one way. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, going to be 70, 55, going to be 80, 55, going to be 90, 190, 85, 90 here, 85, 90 here, 85, 90 here, 85, your third, 95, and 95, 2, and 205, and 205, 55, 10, going to be 210, 210, going to be 210 here, done, 205, 22. You got good taste anyway. You just need more money. You got good taste. You just need more money, Rob. That's you. Got lots of bulls, I heard. Mm-hmm. All going to go. $1.50. $1.55, 60, 55, now 65, 65, 65, 70, 75, 75, 83, going to be 180, and 75, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85. What about 2.5? 82.50, 82.5, going to be 2.5, going to be 82.5, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87.5, going to be 87.5, and 90, and 92.5, going to get 2.5, 5, and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 7.5, 97.2, and 97.5, going to be 2, 97.5, going to be $2 here, 97.5, going to be 2, going to get 2, 92 here, going to be 97.5, going to be 2. D, 197.50 on number 4. D4. Is that Mitchell up there? Can't tell. I gotta get better contacts. I can't see like I used to. I want to. I want to. 52.5, 52, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 7.5, 57, 60, and now 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, 1, and so get 1, has that 2, 1, 2, 3, we get 3, and 2, we get 3, and 3, and 4, here, 4, and have 3, we get 4, we're going to be 3, we get 4, we're going to be 63, 64, and 5, and so get 5, 6 harder, and so get 5, 66 here, tire out, 66 harder here, 5, now 6, and so get 5, 6 here, D, 165 on 2. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, one more coming in here, one more here, should be 14 coming in, Antone. One more, one more, one more. Hold the gate. Here's a load of cows. Pot load of cows right there. 55, 55, 55, 75, 87, 77, 57, 60, and now 1, and to get 1, to get 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, and 3, 4, 63, 64, and now 3, we get 4, we're going to be 3, and now 4, 65, and to get 5, and to get 5, to get 5, 6 quarter, and 65, 66, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, $8, and now 7, now 8, here, and now 9, and now 9, going to be 9, we get 9, going to be 9, we get 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, now 70, and 9 here, going to be 70, we get 70, half 70, now 50, 70, 51, and 71 and a half, 71 and a half, and 2, we get 2, bit of a 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 250, and 72 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half, going to be 72 and a half, here, so 172, put them on the S, number 2, and you've used your half for the day, you're done. Hey, 10-year-old here, boys, right there, here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 60, and 60, and 57, 60, and 57, going to be 60, here, $60, and now 60, here, 7, going to be 67, going to be 62, going to be 2.5, 5, and 65, sold, 62.5, S2, 162.50. $125, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 5 here, 5 here, 5 and 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 35, 35, 35, 40, 40, 55, 50, 5, and 60, and 65, and 65, 70, and now 70, 70, 70, going to be 5 now, 70, 5, 70, 170, Jace, 165 on 30. Did I see anything? Got Bella. 55, 55, 55, 57, 5 and open, 57, 60, and 2 at a hand, 2 at a hand, bit of a hand, bit of a 5, and 65, and 65 on her, now 5 here, 5, 7 and 7, 7, 70, 70, and now 70, 70, 70, 67 and a half, 21. 6-year-old here, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 16, 2 at a hand, 2 at a 5, and 7, 7, 70, 70, 70, 70, 2 at a hand, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 on her, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, sold, 172 and a half, S2. Hello, Brandon Beck. How in the world are you? How's things going? You ready for Hawaii? I'm going to Hawaii next year. Hawaii. Let's save a lot of money. By the time you bought three steers and all the feed and everything, you could have a hellacious trip. I mean a hellacious trip. Probably more than one time a year. 135, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 40, 40, and 35, 40, 40, 40, 35, 45, and 45, 42 and a half, 5, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45 here, Doug, 142 and a half, 5X. Five and open, 50. 52 and a half, and 52 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, give 80, and now 85, 85, 85, and 90, and 95, 95, 95, 92. 205 and 205, 10, good with 210 and 15, good with 200 15, 20 and 225 and 225 and 30, we get 235, we get 235, 40 and 45, 40 here, 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40. I thought you told me she was 5, 240 and 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, and 240, 240 sold her, 235, done, 22. I think she's just a yearling. You better go get your eyes checked. I know, big problems. I don't know if I believe you. 5-year-old with an axe, that usually means doc says she don't feel good inside. 135, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 35, now 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, and 35, 40, 45, 45, 45, 50, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, Jace, 150, 30. 6 here. She's up on 55. And 55. You got 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 60. And 2 and a half, 2 5, 6 and a half, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 75. And 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75. And 75 here, D. 172 and a half, 2. What cow? She be up on here, 35. 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 37, 50, and now 40, and now 5, and 45, 50, 50, now 50, and 45, 50, 50, 50 here, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, 50, now 5 here, Chris, 150, 13. Three-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05, $2.05, $2.05 and $2.05 here, $5 here, $2.05 and $2.05 here, $1.75, 85, 95, 195, $2, $2.05, $2.05, done, $2, 22. $1.05 and $105 here. Good $105. $5 here. $5 here. $5 here. $5 good $105. You get $5. $105. $805 here. S1 $1. That's what my 300-pound steer cost. $685. Look just like her. 125, 25, whole cow, 125, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, and 25, 30 here, 25, 30, and 25, 30, now 5, now 35, 40, 40, 45, 50, now 50, now 50, 45, 50, and 45, 50, 50, now 50 here, 45, 50 here, Chris, 145, 13. Sister 25, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, and 25, 30 here, 25, 30 here, 5 and 30 here, 25, 30 here, 25, now 30, and 25, 5 here, daughter 105, and $105 here, good 105, 105, 105, $105, $5, now 5 here, S, $1, 1. Did you take your meds this morning, Rob? Kills me. What'd you say? 3. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, good 70, 175, 75, give 80, 85, 90, 195, and 95, 2, 195, get 2, 195, get 2, and 95, get 2 here, 195, get 2 here, Chris, 195, 8X. Pin them with the 7Xs. Starter. 10. 10, 20, and 10, 20, 30, and now 30, 30, now 40, 40, 40, 50, 50, 50, 55, and 55, 55, 60, and now 65, now 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 70, 75, and 75, give 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85. You don't see her. Hey, hold your gate. Hold your gate. 85. Let her go. 90. $5. $1. D. 95.0. D. $152.5, 52.5, 5, 55, 55, 55, 2.5, 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, 2.5, and 5, and 65, 7.5, 7, 70, 72.5, 72.50, and 70, 2.5, going to be 70, 2.5, going to be 72.5. Here's on 170, Chris 10. Brandon, did you bring some up today? Or you, some bulls? Gotcha.
When is the weight?
3 weeks. 10 years and 5 months. Just weigh that cow. 125 and 25 and 25, 30. Now 5, 37.5, and 40, 42.5, go to 2.5, 42.5, 42.50, and 45, 45, 45, 47.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 47.5, 47.5, 47.50, and 47.5, 7.5, 7.50, and 52.5, go to 2.5, 2.5, 5, and 55, 7.5, 57.5, 7.5, 7.5, 57.5, 57.5 here, counting us 155.5. Five-year-old, 175. 175, give 80, and 75, go to be 80, 75, go to be 80, 75, go to be 80, give 80, 75, go to be 80, even now 85, 85 and 90, give 90, give 5, go to be 2, give 2, go to be 2 up here, go to be 205, and 10, and 2 not 10, 210, 210, 210, 15, and 15, 20, and 20 by 23, go to be 20 by 23, go to be 220, and hand 20, give 20, go to be 20, go to be 20, go to be 20, here, Chris, 215, 3X. Six-year-old cow, 155, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 77, 57, 7, 57, 57, 50, and 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 60, and now 60, and 2.5, 2.5, bit of a 2.5, and 65, and 65, and 65, and 65, here, Jace, 162.5 on 30. Sand in it. 65, as a good five, has a good 65, and 7 750, and 67, 7.5 here, so 165, Chris 10. Who did? Ricardo. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. 135, and 35, 35, 37, 7 and a half, and 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37, 50, and 30, 7 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 40 and a half, 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 40 and a half, 5, and 45, Doug had 45, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 47, 50, and 40 and a half, 50, and 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, here, Kevin, it's 147 and a half straight. 2 years and she's 6 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 2,100, and 2, and 21, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 21, 2, and 21, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, and 3, 4, and 5, and 25, and 25, 600, and 25, 6, and 25, and 2,600, 25, 50, and 25 and a half, going to be 25 and a half, going to be 25 and a half, yard line, 25, 50, and 25 and a half, going to be 25 and a half, going to be 25 and a half, going to be 25, give a half, and 25, 50, Ricardo, 2,500.
60 maybe. All right. Yes, sir.
Three and 4-year-old cows are 6 and 7 months along. There's a story guys right there, 2,100 and 21, 2,100, 2,100, here, one there, 21, now 1, now 2, and 21, 2, 3, and 23, now 4, here, 5, here, 600, and 26, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, now 7, and 26, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, now 800, 9, and 2,900, 900, 9, yet online, now 3, and 3,000, and 3,000, 9, 3, now 1, and 3,100, 1, 2, 1, give 2, and 3,200, 1, 2, and 31, 2, another 2, 1, and 200 here, Johnny, 3,100 on Johnny Street. Johnny Street. Okay, they look young. 4-year-olds. They're 5 and 6 months. 2,100. Up 100 again, 2,100 and 21, 2,100, 2,100, 21, 1, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 2, 3, and 23, 4, now 5, 5, 600, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, halfway, 9, 9, and 2,900, and 3, and 3,000, 3, and 1, and 3,100, 1, here, going to be 31, now 2, and 31, 2, and 30, now 2, 1, 2, the last one was 3,100. 31, 2, and 32, and 32, and 3,200, here, 1, 2, here, 31, 2, and 31, 2, you done, 30 down, 2, 31, give 2, so 3,100, Johnny Street. Five-year-olds are going to be 3 and 4 months. Here's the showers, here's the reds, colored up cattle, 2,100 and 21, 2,100, 2,100, 1, I want, 1, here, 21, and 2,100, and 2,100, 1, here, not 2, and 22, 3, and 23, and 23, and 23, and 23, and 2,300, and 23, going to be 23, and 23, 4, and 24, and 23, going to be 23, 4, going to be 23, 4, going to be 24, online buyers, you're all out, 2,400, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, and 23, 400, 23, 4, here, Chris, 2,300, on 4. Five-year-old cows are 6 and 7 months. 2,000, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, 1, 2, and 22, 2, 3, and 23, and 23, 4, 5, 6 here, 6, and 26, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, you're going to be 27, and 27, and 27, 7, 7, 7, 7, you're out, Johnny, 27, and 2,700, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, about 27, about 2,700, here's Hold'em, 2,600 on done, 45. Or ones that come up empty. They're empty. They're open. $3. $3.05, and $3.05, bid $5, bid $5, bid $5, $3.05, and $3.05, bid $5, now $3, bid $3, good to be $3, bid $3, good to be $3, bid $3, good to be $3, bid $3, now $3, bid $3, and $3, and now $3 a pound here, $2.50, $60, and $2.55, and $55, and $55, $60, $5, $70, $2.75, and $75, $85, $85 here, $85 here, $85 here, $85 here, $85 and $90, and $2.90, and $90 here, $2.90, bid $2.90, bid $2.90, brush out, $2.90, $85, $90 here, $85, bid $90 here, $85, bid $90, $85, $90, $85 and $90 here, $85, bid $90 here, Chris, $2.85, 6X. Keep them separate. Yep. 3s to 5, 3 to 4, and 5-year-olds are all open, guys. $2. $2.05 and $2.05, bid $5, bid $5, now $5 here, a little wheat project for somebody, $205 and $2.5 and $2.05, bid $5 and $10, good to be 10, good to be 20, good to be 29, 30, bid $39, 30, 42, 42, 45 and 45, 50 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60 and 265 and 65 and has it 70, bid 270, bid 270, bid 270 and 65, 70 and 5 and 75 up here, 75, 80, 5, 90, 295 and 95 and 3, bid 3 and 95, 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 bid 3, bid 3 and 95, bid 3 and are you done? 95, bid 3 sold, 295 on done. 22X. Keep those separate. 4 to 6-year-olds are open. $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7.5, 57, 7.5, 60 and 2.5, bid 2.5, bid 2.5, good to be 2.5, 250 and 5 and 65, has here 167.5, 7 to 70 and now 72.5, 75, 75, 50 and now 80 there, good to be 82.5, good to be 2.5, 5, 85, 87.5, good to be 87.5, 90 and now 90, bid 2.5, 92, 55 and 95, 95, 97.5, 97.5 now 2 and now 5, bid 5 and 5, good to be 205 and 205, bid 5, bid 5, bid 5, bid 5, 205 and now 10, 210, 205, 210, 15 and 10 and 15, good to be 10, 15, good to be 10, 15 and 215, bid 15, bid 15, has sold, 210, Chris, 3X. Them look high. Cheaper than a 300-pound calf. About the same price. I don't know about this deal. How come they all got one horn? One horn cattle company. That's what they need to be called. Oh, some are bred. Are they all bred? Huh? I think they're all pregnant, guys. Well, I don't know just yet. My eyes ain't focusing.
I think they're 5 and 6 years
That
old.
cow right there with one horn is a 5x7. There's a 5x8. She's got one horn. Thank you, Antone. Every week you do that to me. Every week.
I think they're 5-year-olds, 6 and 7 months.
I believe they're all 5-year-olds or heavy bred. They're 6 to 8 months bred.
Yep.
Who give 3,500? Oh, what'd you say? $1,000. 10, 11. You get your bar of soap. 1,100 and 10, 11. You 10, 11, 12 and 12 and 13 and 13, 14, 15 and 50, 1500, 14 and a half, 15 and 1500 and a half here, 16 and 1600 and a half here, 17 and 17, 17, 17, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50 and 17 and a half here, 17, 50 and 17 and a half here, going to be 17, 18, 18, 50, 18 and a half here, 18 and a half here, out of line, 18, 50, 19 and 19 and a half and 2 and 2,000, maybe to get 2 and 2100 and 2100 21 now 1 and 2100 1 2 21 2 3 and 23 and 23 going to be 2300 and 23 going to be 23 going to be 20 redraft 2300 and 23 going to be 23 going to be 23 and 4 and 24 and 2400 and 23 going to be 23 going to be 23 going to be 23 109 23 4 sort of my line 2300 that'll be Reed Williams. They're 5 and 6 years old. They're 5 and 6 months bred. They're all heavy bred, gentlemen. $1,000. 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11. You 10, 11, 11, 11, 12, and 12, and 13, 13. Going to be high. Going to be 14. Going to be high. Going to be 15. High. Going to be 16. Going to be high. And 16.50. And now half. And 16. Now half. Here, get up here, Cody. And 16, 17. And 17, 17 and a half. And 17 and a half. And 17.50. And 17 and a half. Here, going to be 17 and a half. Going to be 18. 1,800. 18. Give 18. 1,800. 1,800 and a half. Here, 18, 19. And 19. 18, 19, 18, 19, 18, 19, 2, and 2,000, and 2,000, 19, 2, and 2,000, able to get 2,000, 19, 2, sold them 1,900, same way, Reed Williams. Here's the ones that are empty, $1. 105 and 105 here. Good to be 105. Good to get 5. 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 105. 110. Good to be 110. Good to get 15. Good to be 20 and 5 and 25. Good to get 35 and 35. 40. Good to get 40. Good to get 5. Good to get 5. 45. 50. $1.55. 55. 50. Good to get 50. Good to get 50. Good to get 50. Good to get 50 here. Good to be 45. Good to get 50 and 45 and a half. 50. 50 there now. 50. Good to get 50. Good to get 50 here. Terry 145 on 7. Every week, Antone. Five to 10, all open, single test cows. 55, 55, 57, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 7 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 and a half. What about $6? 7, and 7 and 7, good to be 8 and 9, good to be 70, 70, 71. 71, 2, and 7 and a half, 2, 1, 2, 3, 73, 74, 74, 74, 75, 75, $6, and 75, 6, 7, and 77 to 8, 77 to 8, 77 to 8, good to be 9, 79, and down 9, daughter, good to be 9, daughter, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, and 9 here, Jace, 178, 30. $30. They being bashful. Sounds like we got an Indian massacre going on back here. You know, the round of the wagons. Peller, Larry Peller. You load them. 55, 55, 57, 57, 7, 7, 57, 60, and down 2 and a half, 2, 5, and 5, and 3, and 4 and a half, 3, you get 3, 2 and a half, 3, and 3, and 2 and a half, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, 2 and a half, 63, and 4, and 4 and a half, 4, and 5, and 5, and 6, and 66, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, go now, 8, 8, 9, and 9, here, good 9, here, 9, 8, 9, and 70, and 9, here, good 70, 70, 9, 2, going to be 70, half 1, and 70, 71, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 3, and 2, 3, and 2, 2 and a half, 3, and 73, 73 and a half, 73 and a half, 73 and a half, 73, 50, and 70, 3 and a half, going to be 73 and a half, going to be 73, 50, and 73 and a half, 73 and a half, 73 and a half, 73 and a half here now, half here sold, 173. That'll be Chris on 20. Corporates ain't gonna have many cows. 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 7, 7, 57, 50, 57, 55, 55, 55, who be 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 51, 51, 55, 1, 2, 3, 53, 53, 4, 5, 5, 600, and 56, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, down 60, it's 60, 9, 61, and 1, has 1, down 2, 2, 3, 4, 65, and 5, has 4 and a half 5 and 5 here 5 here Chris 164 on 20. One little rough back cow should be there. 55 and 55 and 55 55 55 7 55 57 7 7 7 57 57 57 50 and 57 and a half 57 50 and 57 and a half here 7 7 57 and a half 57 60 and half 60 it's 67 and a half good with 1 and 1 has a good 1 1 1 1 here 1 here 1 there here 1 here Chris 160 same way. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 57, 55, 57, 50, 57, 57, 7, 55, 57, 57, 50, 1, 51, 50, 51, 50, 51, here, 1, here, 1, here, 1, here, cabinets 150 on 3. 61, has a good 1, 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 has a good 2, 1, 2, 60, 1, 2, and down 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a good 5, 6, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 9, 9, here, 8, 9, and 9, daughter, good 9, good to be 68, 69, and 9, daughter, good 9, daughter, good 9, good 9, here, Chris, 168, 10. Fall.
Well, that's not coming up.
It'll be here for you. They've been.
Yeah, but I don't watch regular TV.
They've been promoting for 6 months already.
10 big.
Express yourself.
12 big guys.
60, head one, has a good one, has a good one, has a good one, has a good enough one, has a good one, half one, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 65, has a good 5, 6, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, here, 9, here, 9, here, you get 70, and 71, hand 71, hand 2, and hand 2, 1, 2, here, 1, 2, here, 1, give 2, and 71, 2, and 71, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, Chris, 171, 10. 65. Has a good five. 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 65. Has a good five. Has a good five. Has a good five. Has a good 61. Has a good one. Had two. Good three. Good three. Spin a man tone. Spin a man tone. 61. 2 and 2 3 and 3. Good 3. Now 4 here. 5. Has a good five. Has a good five. Has a good five. 6 quarter and 67. And 7 7 7 7 7 7 6 7 and 7 and 7 7 7 here. Going to be 67. Now hey and how hey and how hey. Now 9 here 9 and here 9 and 9 daughter. Good 9 daughter. Good 9 70 and 9 half 70 and 9 here. Going to be 70. Good 70. Good 70 9 70 here. 169 on 4. 35, 35, you got 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, here you're going to be 5 and 6 year olds, or 6 and 7 year olds, here you're going to be 140, and 35, 40, and 35, 45, 5, here now 50, and 50, now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 52 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2 and a half, 5, and 55 here, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half here, D, 155, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's like I ain't been in a while, so I'm just.
Tom Glenn, 3 by 5 and a 2 by 6. 2100 and 21 and 2100 and 2 3 and 25 27 and 27 29 29 29 27 and 9 27 and 3 and 31 and 31 31 2 1 2 3 and 33 33 4 and 34 33 34 33 34 33 4 and 33 4 going to be 33 4 going to be 33 4 now 5 and 35 and 35 600 and 35 going to be 6 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 700 going to be 3700 and 36 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 here going to be 7 7 here going to be 7 7 here going to be 7 here going to be 7 Terry 3600 on 5.
With what? No.
Dollar 50. 55, 55, 57, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7, going to be 70, going to get 70, 170, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 77, 7 and a half, 750, and now 80 there, 80, give 80, give 80 there, 80 here, 180, and now 80 there, 80 here, Cabinet Bull, 177.50, put an X on it, Paula. Robbie asked Paula if she wants anything.
No, thank you.
You're doing a good job, Rob. We'll need you one of these days. We'll need you back. Hi, Bob. Morning. I'm good. Finally got some rest.
Okay, Bob.
I told George no more road trips. No more. I can't do it. 65, and 65 and a half, 7 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, going to be 82 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, going to be 92 and a half, 92, 55, and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 97 and 2, and now 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be $2, and 97 and a half, going to be 2, 97 and a half, going to be 2, 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 Doug, 197 and a half on 7. I'll wait for you until we get it. You don't have to. I'll wait for you.
72.50. Thank you.
Bull's breathing just a little heavy. Not affecting him. 65. Has a good hand. Has a good. 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 7 hands. 7 hands. 7 hands. 750. And 67. Hand. 7 hands. 7 hands. 7 hands. Now 7 hands. 750. And 67. Hands. 7 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 hands. 67. 70. And now 70. 72 and a half. And 72 and a half. 5. And 75. 50. And 77. Going to be 77. Going to be 77 and a half here. Rob, you're out. 80. Did you give 80? Ty? Give him bull 177.50. Is that all he cost? $85, 85 of 5, 85, 87 of good to be 87 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 87 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, good to be 87 of good to be 87 of good to be 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 87 and a half here, 87, 50. Anybody else? 87 and a half. Cabinet's bull 185. Doug, I don't think Lou would let that happen. He at least had to hit him a lick or two. That's the reason he's gone. 75 and 75 and 75, 50, 77 hands, 77 hands, 750, and now 80, 2 and a half, 85, 87 half, 90, and 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 88, 9, 89, 90, 90, 90 here, Doug, 189, 7.
He's going to work on it, he said. I like the way, I've known him a long time. He said, I'll work on it. Get you some more. He said, everybody I talked to said you did a good job. He said, you made one little comment that just, I said, here is one.
$75 and 75 5 and 70 50 and 77 going to be 82 and a half 5 85 87 87 going to be 92 and a half 92 55 and 95 97 97 97 97 96 7 97 97 97 98 98 98 $9 and 95 99 99 2 $2 D 199 bull. That's all. $75, yes, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77, going to be 80, we get 2 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, and 90, we get 92 and a half, 5, and 95, 97 and a half, 2, and now 2, going to be 2, we get 2 and a half, going to be 202 and a half, going to be 202, 50, and 202 and a half here, 202 and a half here, Doug, 7, $2.
That's 7.
Johnny.
What, yeah, when we, yeah.
75. 75, 50, 80, 82 and a half, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, good to be 92 and a half, 92 and a 5, and 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 600, and 95, 96, 7, and 97, 97, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 95, 98, 9, and 99, 2, and 95, 2, good to be 92, 01, and 201, here, 1, here, 1, here, 1, here, deed, bull, $2. $65. Has a good five. Has a good five. Has a good five. Has a good five. 7 and a half. 72 and a half. 75. 75. 77 and a half. 750. And 77 and a half. 80. 1. 83. 85. 87. 89. 89. 87. 89. 90. And 90. 91. And 90. 91. 2. 1, 2, 3. 3. And 3. 4. 4. And 93. You get 4. And 93. 94. 94. 94. 94. D. 193. Bull.
I think so.
$185, 85 of 5 here, group of 87 of group of 92 and a half, 95, 95, 95, 95, 7 and a half, 97 of group of 2, group of 2, group of 2, group of 97 of group of 2, and 97, 58 down 2, and $200 bid, and 2, group of 2, group of 2, group of 2, group of 2, here, 2, here, so 197 and a half, Cabinet Bull. $85, 85, 87 of half, 87 of group 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 95, 97 of half, 97 of 97 of now 2, group of 2, group of 2, group of 2, now 1, and 2 now 1, and 201, here, 1, here, 1, here, 1, here, 201, here, Doug, 7, $2. $2. 2 1 and $2 have one here, $1 here, $1 here, 191 and 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 92, 3, and 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 95 here, Chicago, and 96, 97, 97, 97, 90, 90, 90, 97, $98, and 97, 7, 7, 7, 90, 90, 98, Doug 7, 197, Doug 7. $75, yes, 75, 77, 77, group 82 and a half, 85, 85, 87, 87, group 90, 82 and a half, 92 and 5, and 95, 95, 95, 3, and 92 and a half, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, 3, and 92 and a half, 3, Cabinet Bull, 190, 250.
Huh?
85, 85 here, group 85, 85, 87, 87, 7, 7, 7, 7, group 9, David 2 and 5, and 95, 95, 97, 97, 97, 2, and 97, group 2, 99, 2, and 99, 2, now 1 here, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 2, 3, and 4 here, 4, 5, and 5, Chicago, and 6 here, 5, group 6 here, 5, group 6, oh, 205, D, Bull.
Where'd you see? I haven't seen. Yeah, she is. must tell my. Yeah.
$2. 200 and 201, have one, over 2, we get 2, we get 3, we get 3, we get 4 and a 5 and a half, 5, you get 5, 205 and 2 and a 5, we get 5, we get 5 and a 5, here's 600 and 6, 7 and a 7 and 7 and 8, 9, 9, good to be 2 and 9, 8 and 9, $8 and 9, good to be 9, we get 9, good to be 9, we get 9, here, Gibbon, 208 bull.
Given bull.
Cody, yeah, he has. Where did he used to work?
75, here's 75, 750 now, 82 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 90, 92 and a half, 95, 95, 97 and a half, through 2, now 2, going to be 202 and a half, 5, and 205, and 2 and a 5, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 600, and now 5, 206 here, 5, going to be 6, D-Bull, 205.
Did he used to work at the prison?
$55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, now 5, 7 and a half, 70, 102 and a half, 75, 750, and 77 and a half, going to be 81, 81, 2, you get 2, 3, 83, 4, 5, 85, 85, 85, 600, 86, 7, 88, 89, 90, 1, and 92, 91, 2, 3, and 93, 3, and 2, 3, and 93, 3, and 2, 3, and 2, 3, Cavernous Bull X, 192, Cavernous Bull X.
Cat bull X.
75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 77 and a half, 750, and 77 and a half, and 83, 80, 2, 84, 82, 84, 82, 84, 82, 84, 2, 4, 5, 85, 85, 85, 600, 86, 7, 87, 89, 89, 90, here, going to be 2, and 191, and 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, here, going to be 191, and 91, here, it was sold, 190, D-Bull, 190.
D bull.
85, 85, 5 here, good to be 85, 85, 85, 87, 90, 192, 95, and 95, 95, 93, 93, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, and 3, 4, and 94, jiggy 4, 93, 4, and 93, 4, and 93, 4, and 93, 4, and 93, 4 here, D-Bull, 193.
D bull.
55, 55, John, 55, 55, 75, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 70, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 5, going to be 75, 50, and now 83, 80, 2 and a half, 82 and a half here, 1, 81 here, 2, 82, 3, 83, 4, 84, 5, 85 here, 5, 5 here, going to be 84, you get 5, 85 here, 5 here, sort of 184, Doug, 6. Carl, how are you? Very good, thank you. $250. 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, gotcha. 255 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255 and 55 here, 60 and 260, 5, 70, 5, 275 and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, you get 75 here, hand tone, 270.
San Antonio.
220. Take off a little bit. $2. 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5. Would you bid 16? 17, 18, 19, 20. You gonna let him go? Anybody else? Caddis bull, 219. PO that bull, you didn't get him. $2. 2.5, 8.5, 7.5, 7.10, 10, 12.5, 12.5, 15, 15, 17.5, 20, 220, 20, 220. Gibbon bull, 219.
It's a given bull.
You'll turn him out, Rob? I guess, yep. $75. Yes, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, $5 here, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 83, 82, 82, 4, 86 cutter, 86 pounds, 6 here, 80, $8 here, 80, 8 pound, 90, and 90 here, 190, 191, and 91 here, 92, 1, 2, 91, 2, 3, and 3, 3, and 93, 33, and 4 here, 4, 5. 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 96 cutter, and 95, 96 here, 95, 96 here, 95, good to be 6 cutter, and 95, get 6 here, 5, 96, so 195, Doug 6. They'll get after. They look like they already have. That boy's got the working clothes on. They've been working.
Antonio, they giving you any deal?
They've been working that, they, Brandon. Yes, sir. Hi there. 155 and 55 and 55. 55, 60. Now 5 and 65. Going to be 70. 5. Going to be 75. Give 80. 85. 85 and 90. 195. 95. Get 2. 5 and 2 and 5. Going to be 2. 10. 15. Now 20 and 25 and 25. 25. Get 30 and 230. Get 230 and 25. Get 30 and 25. Get 30 and 25. 230 and 25. Get 30. Get 30 and 25. Get 30 and 25. Get 30 here. Bow 225 9. 225. Bow 9.
What's about 9?
75 cents a pound. 75. Yeah, 75. Now 75. Give 80. 75. Go to 85. 85. 85. 85. And 90. 80. 90. 90. 95. And 95 a dollar. A dollar here. Go to $1 a pound here. $1.05 here. Go to 105 and 10 here. 110. 15 and 10 and 15 here. 110. 15 and 15 here. Yacht Roy. 115 and 10 and 15 here. 110. 15 here. 110. 15. Sold 110. Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Keep those separate.
Keep those separate. Number on them? 10. Make them a Ricardo 10.
8, 9, they're open. 135 and 35. You give out 35, 37 and 37. Going to be 40. You're going to get 2 and a half. 45, 47 and a half. 47, 50 and 40. You're going to get 7 and a half. 50 and 2 and a half. You're going to get 2 and a half. You give out 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half. 57 and a half. 57 and a half. 60 and 2 and a half. You're going to get 2 and a half. You're going to get 2 and a half. 5 and you get about 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 75 and 77 and a half. You're going to be 77 and a half. 80 and how 80 there. 80. You give 80 there. 2 and a half. 82 and a half here. 82 and a half here. 82 and a half here. Kyle, $1.80 a pound. Put up on number 21.
Kyle 21.
Oh. Oh. Must have ate in the restaurant.
Five months bred guys or older cows or 10-year-old cows or 5 months bred. 2100, 21, 2100, 2100, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 8 here, 9, 3000, and 3000, and 3, and 25, 3, and 25, 3, and 25, 3000, and going to be 25, 3000, and 25, 3000, 3, so 2900, Ricardo.
The Ricardo.
7-year-old cow, $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and how 60 there, 5, going to be 65, now it's going to be 75, and 75, give 80 there, 5, 85 here, 2 and a half, 82 and a half here, 80, 2 and a half here, 80, 2 and a half here, sort of 180, put them on Chris, 3X. Sorry, Bo.
Chris 3X.
Pair time, boys. 2,500 and 25, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 27.50, 27 and a half here, half here, half here, half here, going to be 27 and a half, and 3, and 250, and 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500, and 3,500 here, 5 here, 5, you're out and you're out, online you're out, 3,500, and 35, and 37.50, and 37, going to be 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 37 and a half. Sold them 3,500, Chris. Straight.
The Chris straight.
3 and a 4-year-old, 25. 25, 750, you get 27 and a half, and 27, 7 and a half, 7, 3,000, and 3,000, 2 and a half, go to 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 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 4,000, and 4,000, go to 2 and a half, go to 2 and a half, go to 42.50, and 42 and a half, 5, and 45, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47.50, and 47.50, and 47 and a half here, 47 and a half here, 40, what about 600, and 45, 4,600, and 45, 4,600 here, 40 online, you guys roll out 46 and 45, 46 and 45, 4,600 here, 45, going to be 6, done, 4,500, 11.
So done 11.
Is that supposed to be Alton Weathers or is that Allen Weathers? think so.
Uh-oh. 210, 11, and 210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, and 210, 11, and 11, 210, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 50, there, group 2, 50, 16, and 16, 17, and 17, 18, 19, 19, 20, and 20, and 20, and 19, group 20, group 20, group 20, group 20, 220, and 19, group 20, 20, that's a stopping point, I guess, today, 220, and 20, 20, there, group 20, and 20, 20, group 20 here, sort of a 219, Doug 7. Everybody's got a 219 bull, but Brad. 219, Brad. You need one. 175 and 75, 75, 750 and 77, 77, group 82, group 2, group 81, 3, 5, 85, 85, 83, 85, 85, 3, 5, 7, 87, 9, 89, 89, 87, 89, 89, 89 here, sort of 187, cavernous bull.
I have bull. I'll flip on my screen now.
40 cents now.
Is it?
They were down a lot, then they were higher, and now they're up again.
Feeder cattle are only down 70 cents. Good luck, Johnny. 220.
Oh, man. 219. 220, 1, 21, and 21, and 21, 2, 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, and 21, 2, Robbie out, 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, going to be 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, going to be $2 Brad, yeah, 21, 2, and 22, going to be 222, and 222, 1, 2, how you going to do it? 221, going to get 2. Cavernous Bull, 221. Shame to you, Rob. Brad. I started at 219. That 2, y'all jumped right in. $185, $885 here, go to 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 75, 85, 85, 75, 750, and 77, go to 77, go to 77, 50, and 77, 75, 75, 75, 65, and 65, 7, 70, 72, 72, 72, 55, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77, here, go to 77, here, go to 77, 50, and 77, go to 77, here, sold 175, Gibbon Bull.
As soon as I wrote 208, you went to 219.
Dude,
Next bull.
happens every week. Every week.
So we're going to talk 21.
185, 85, here, good 87, 87, 7, 7, 7, 9, 92, 92, 95, 95, 95, 93, and 3, 5, and 95, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 99, 99, 99, 97, 99, and 97, 99, good 97, 99, D Bull, 197.
See, now it's Cavernous' turn.
Yes.
$2. 2.5 and $2, 2.5, 5 and 2.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 10, go to be 210 and 12 to 5, go to be 210 and 12 to 5, go to be 10, 11 and 210, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 14, go to be 215 and 50, 16 and 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 221 and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 3 and 23, 3 and 22, 3 and 23 and 22, 3, go to 23, 3, go to 23, 3, go to 23, 3 here, so about 222 Cavaness bull.
Okay, a bull.
He wasn't nearly as big. It ain't
65. As a good five, 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 7.5, 7.5, 79, 2.5, 72.5, 75 here, 75 here, 750, and 77.5, 80, 1 here, 83, 85, 87, 85, 7, 87, now 9, 85, 87, 89 here, good 87, now 9, 87, now 9 here, 89 here, Chris, 187, 10x.
Chris 10X. He likes you, Ricardo. He looks like he likes you. He's staring at you.
Where's the man with the feed sack?
Doug, 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna change this one up. I'm gonna make it a Doug 7. Want me to balance him on?
Are they getting you on, Ricardo? Okay.
He'll make his hair curl on.
They're bringing another bull in on this side. I don't.
Oh, that made him move. Okay, here he comes. So Doug 7.
There we go.
Good job, guys.
$85, $85 there, go to $85 there, go to $85, $85, $85, $85, $87, $87, $50, $87, $90, 92, $5, and $95, $97, $97, $97, $97, $50, and $97, $7, $7, $7, $7, $97, here, Gibbon Bull, $195.
It's a Gibbon bull.
We got a piano when we start on the reds.
Yeah, I think we'll take a little bit of.
We got a break. What we doing after the break?
Got a load of cows, nice cows. At noon, the advertising's noon, so.
$2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5, and $2.5, bit of 2.5, bit of 2.5, bit of 2.5, 5, and 2.5, 7.5, 7, 10, good bit 210, 210, 12 to 10, 12 to 10, 12, 15, and 15 to 15, and 12 to 5, good bit 250, bit of 50, minutes now 13, 14, and 14 to 15, here 2, 15, and 16, and 16, 17, and 17, 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 18, 17, 18, 18, 17, 18, here D-Bull, 217.
Got close.
They might be out.
Kelsey, did you go to the bank and get more money? Did you go to the bank and get more money? A little bit? There we go. Good.
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 60 and a half, 60. Here's 60 bid, 60. Here's 7 and a half, going to be 60. Here, Jace, 157 and a half, 30.
Jace 30.
2 by 5. 1,500, 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here, half here, half and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 1550, and 15 and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 16, now half, 16 and a half, 16 and a half, 1650 and a half here, Ricardo, 1,600.
Okay.
Six years, 4 months, 20, 100, 21, yeah, 2100, 21, 21, and 2100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7, 8, 9, and 29, 8, 9, 3, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 33, and 33, and 33, 33, so 3,200, Chris 3. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 60, and half, 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 1, 3, and 3, 5 and a half, 7, and 7 and a half, 67 and 9, and now 7, going to be 900, now 70, and down here going to be 71, 71, 2, 1, 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, and 72, 71, 2, Chris, 171, 20. 65, $65, and $65, has $55, 55, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 50, 60, and half, 2 and a half, 2 and 5, and 70, now 70, now 70, 170, and 70, 70 there, going to be 70, 70 here, so 167 and a half, Kyle 21. 3 no pun, $2, 205, and 205, 205, and 205 here, now 10, and 210, now 15, 215, 20, and 21, 25, and 225, 30, we get 235, and 35, 40, we get 245, and 45 here, 45, and 245 here, 5 here, sold 240, Chris, 8X.
Chris 8X. I could probably get you.
She bred 10 by 8, 2100. 21, here, 2100, here, 2100, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here, 600, and 600, and 25, 2600, and 7, and 7, here, and 7, and 7 of 800, here, 8 here, 27, now 8, and 27, give 8, and 2800, here, 9, 9, 29, and 2900, here, 900, here, and tone, 2800. 3-year-old, $2. 205 and 205, 5 here, 5 here, go to 205 and 205 here, 505, 205, 205, 205, 205, 10 and now 10, 15 and 15, 10, 20, go to 20, bit of 25 and 25 and 30, 30, 30, 25, 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 and 35 here, 5 here, go to 235 here, 5 here, 235, 230 that's sold, 230, Chris, 8X.
2,800.
I'm going to give him a discount. Chris 8X. Can you send me
Go back. Another one. Yeah. Right there. 2,800.
5 by 7, 3,000. 3250 and 35 and 35 and 35, 37 and 37 and 37 and going to be 4,000 and 2.5, 4250 and 42.5, going to be 2.5, going to get 2.5, going to be 2.5, 42.5 and 42.5, 42.5, 42.5, 4250 and 42.5, 42.5, 42.5, 42.5, 4250. 1, 3, 5, 45, 45, 45, 45. Chris, 4,300, 100.
Chris 100. Hey, Ricardo.
Dollar bid, 105 and 105 and 105, 105 and 105, 5 here, 75.80 and 75, go to 80, 75, go to 80, 75, 80, 75, 70, 50 cents a pound, 55, 55, 30, 10, 15, 15 cents a pound, 20, 5, 30, 5, 40, 5, 45. That's plain old 45 now. 45. Sold her 40. S1. $55, 55, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 60, and now 61, and 2, 3, 3, and 2, 3, 4, here 4, 63, 4, and 3, 4, 5, and 64, 65, and 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, sold 164 S3. One-year-old, $3. $3.05 and 3.5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3 and 3 and 3, now 5, 305 and 3.5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 305, 305, 305 and 3.5, 5, Chris, $3, 7X, $3, Chris, 7X. You leaving already? We got a special coming up at noon. Huh? Screen's not working. Screens aren't working up here. Clay.
Okay.
What?
You mean wiggle a cord?
Yeah.
Working?
I doubt it because
No. I'll tell you. I guess I'll tell you. She's 10 by 6. You get 3,000. You got 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,100, 3,200. S 3,100 on 7, 3,100 S7.
S7.
Probably give her away. What do you see? Okay.
You want to talk about these reds on the microphone? No. No? It's not hard. Why are they here? Run out of water? Draft out? All right, guys, here's 70-something of these red Angus cows we've been advertising. The only reason they're here, they draft out. Run out of water, guys. They're registered. Are they registered? They're out of registered northern red Angus bulls. There's going to be about 70-something of these cows all together in the consignment.
You got mail in town?
Yeah, that's what they're bred to. Registered red Angus bulls, northern red Angus bulls.
Was he coming?
Where are they coming from?
You better call him. They're in the ring. He's not here.
Cows come up there at Plainview, Texas, guys, up there north of Lubbock. Run out of water. You guys got the screens up here working yet? Not yet. Still not. Did they have to go over there to the? Is he here?
It's working?
You got him on the phone?
Okay. They say it's
Call
working
Bill.
now.
I don't think I've got that in my ear.
Are you waiting on me?
No, I'm waiting on. Chloe's trying to make a phone call. Okay. All right. Okay, we got the solid reds right here. The red baldies will be right behind them. Same ages? Okay. They're all 3- and 4-year-olds right here, and they're heavy bred, aren't they?
Yes. Everything in the deal is 7 and 8 months.
7 and 8 months bred. Remember that story, guys. Red are registered red Angus northern bulls. All right, right there, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5, and 5,000, 3,000, 3,250, and 35, and 35, yeah, 35, and 35, 35, 37 and a half, and 37 and 4, and 4,000, 4,250, and 42 and a half, 5, and 4,500, 45, and 4,500, here's 750, and 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 4,600, and 45, 46, 7, and 47, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 47, 40, hold your gate, 47, and 47, and 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, boys, this opportunity don't come very often, and when it does, here you go, get on in. I got 46 bid, 4,700, and 46, 7, and 46, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 6, 7, and 47, 47, 46, 7, and 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 46, 7 here, now 7, and 46, 7, the first set's always the cheapest, always is, 46, 7, and 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, half, 7, 4,700, 4,700, 4,700, 4,700, now half, 47.50 and 47.50 and 47 and 47 and 7 and 47.50 and 47 and going to be 47 and going to be 47 and going to be 47 going to be half 47.50. Sold them 4,700 TK3.
same deal, John. 3 and 4s be the red white face.
Here comes the 3 and 4 year olds. Here's the white faces.
10 of them.
They're going to be 10 heading
Oh, sorry.
11.
Oh, did you put a recheck? Okay.
11 in this offering.
Same deal. 3 and 4.
Same deal, guys. They're just baldies. They're just about this here, 32.55 and 35. Yeah, 35 and 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, and 37.50 and 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a 4 and 4,000 and 4,000, going to get 4,000, going to get 4,000, going to be 2 and a half and 42.50 and 42 and a half, 5 and 45 and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45 and 42 and a half, going to get 3 and 4,300, going to get 43, going to get 43 and 43 and 43.50 and 43 and a half, going to get 4 and 44, 44. 44, 44, 44, 44, and 44. Keep together. And 4,400 and 4,400 and a half. And 44 and a half. Going to get 44 and a half. Going to get 44 and a half. Going to get 44 and a half. Going to be 44.50 and 44 and a half. Online, you're out. 44.50 and 44 and a half here. Half here. Going to be 44 and a half. Going to get 44 and a half. Going to be 50 and 44 and a half here. 44 and a half here. Going to be 44. Going to be half. Sold them 4,400. Chris 4. 4,400. Pretty nice set of reds, Clay. We just getting a year or two older. Here's the 5-year-olds. They're all heavy bred. 7 months bred. Northern Red Angus bulls registered. Okay, guys, here's an option, guys. We got 11 up to 22. Whoever buys this set, you can buy 11, you can buy 22. Every one of them be 5. Every one of them be red. Every one of them be 7 and 8 months. 3,000. 32.50. Let you bid, guys. 32 and a half. And 32.50. And 32 and a half. 5. And 35. And 37 and 37 and 4,000. 4,000. Now 4. And 4,000. Able to get 4,000. Able to get 41. And 41. And 4,100. And 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Going to be 41. 2. And 42. And 4,200. Here. 2, 3. And 43 to get 3. And 43 to get 3. And 43 to get 3. And 3. Now 4. And 4,400. Here. 4, 5. And 4,500. Here. 600. And 45. 4,600. Here. 45.50. And 45 to 600. And 45 to 4,600. 45. 6 and a half. And 46 and a half. Here. Half here. 46.50. And 46 and a half. Here. Now half here. 46 and a half. Online, you're out. 46 and a half. 46 and a half. And 46.50. And half 7. And 47. And 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. 4,700. And 47.50. And 47 of going to be 47 of going to be 47 of going to be 47 of online, you're out. 47.50. Yeah, 47 and a half here. Half and a half here. 47.50. Yeah, 47 and a half here. Half and a half. Going to be 47.50. And 47 of going to be 47 of now 47. Now wait. And 4,800. And 48 and a half. And 48.50. Yeah, 48 and a half here. Outside. 48 and a half. 8 and a half here. Money, you're out. 48.50. And 48 and a half here. 8 and a half. Bit of that here. Going to be 48.50. And 48 and a half here. 8 and a half. Going to be 48 and a half. Want to do it, Monty? 48 and a half. 48.50. Bob, 4,800. Put him on Rigner straight. Mm-hmm. Bob, he has the option on the next 11 coming in. Let him go. Same way. He takes them.
Okay, these are going to go the same way, right on Bob.
You got many more after this Red Angus deal?
Hello?
Probably want to know who Bob is.
Yeah.
Who's
That's what they're saying. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay, here's the white faces, guys. White faces, the baldies. You got an option here.
Here's the 5-year-old Baldies. They're heavy bred. 32.50, 32.5, and 35, and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500, 7.5, and 37.4, 4,000, and 4,001, and 4,100, 4,100, 1 here 2, 1 2, 41 2, 41 2, 41 2, and 3, and 43, 3, and 43, 3, and 43, 3, and 43, 3, 43, 3, 43, 3, and 42 now 3, and 42 now 3, and 43, 3, and 43, 4, 44, 44, 44 now 4, now 5, and 45, and 4,500, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 4,500, and 4,500, 5 here, going to be 45. Online, you're out. 45 and 4,500, 5 here, going to be 4,500, and 4,500 now 6, and 45, 4,600, and 45, 4,600, 45. What about half? Half now 6, 4,600, Monty. 4,600 and 45 of 600 and 45 of 4,600 46 and 45 of 600 yeah Monty and 4,600 of 4,600 and 45 of 4,600 46 sold him 45.50 Chris 4.
Chris 4.
18 more. White faces? Reds and whites? They a little older? 6-year-olds. Only one Baldy. Here's his 6-year-olds. Just right there in the prime of their life, guys. No, they're all going to go. All right there here, 25 and 2,500. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 27 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 27.50 and 27.50 and 27 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 3,000 and 3,000. I'm going to get 32 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. Going to be 31 and 31 half. 31, 31, 31, 31 and 31 2. 1, 2, 3. Going to get 33. Going to get 33 4 and 33, 34 here. 33, 34, 33, 34, 33 4 5 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 34. You get 5 600 and 35, 36 7 and 36 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 7 6 7 and 37 and 7 700 and 36 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 here you're going to be 6 7 and 3700 and 36 7 and 7 and 7 looked away 37 and 36 7 and 7 what about you Terry 37 and 36 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 here you're going to be 3,700 37 going to be 100 now 8 3,800 now 9 39 Monty, 39 and 39, 8 now 900, 89 8 9 and 39 online you're out 39, 8 now 9, 39, 39, going to be 38 now 9 and 3,900, 8 now 9, going to be 38 Chris 3,800 4. Chris on 4. Is that all them? There's one cow that's a 10-year-old. She bred? Oh, yeah. Heavy bred. 2,000. 2,200. 24. 6. 8. 9. 3. 3,000. 3,000. 3,100. 3,100. You out online. 3,100. 31. And 3,100. You get 31. You get 31. You give 1. 2. 3. 33. Sold her 3,200. Ricardo. Thank you guys for that consignment of Red Angus cows. Nice deal. 300. 350 and 354 and 4 and a half, we get 4 and a half, we get 4 and a half, going to be 4 and a half, we get 5, 55, 55, 50, 600 now half, and now 7, and 750 now 7 and a half, 800, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, going to be 850, 850, 50 and a half, 8 and a half, we get 900, we get 909 here, 900 now 9, 8 and a half, internet's out, 900, 900, 8 and a half, give 9, internet's out, 950, 950 now 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, we get 1,000, 1,000, Austin, you're out, 1,000, and 1,000, 1,000, Chris, oh, 950.
Bryson throwing up. Something going around at shows.
That's my friend's Weatherford. They're
Poor Lydia. I miss Lydia.
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40, and 40, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 45, and 45 here, 45, 45, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, and 47 and a half here, 47 and a half here, D1, 145.
The D1.
61, has a good one, 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 2, and 2, we get 2, we get 3, we get 3, and 3, we get 4, and 4, we get 4, and 5 here, 6 cutter, and 66 here, 6, 7, and 7, and 7, 9, we get 70, and now 1, and 72, 2, 3, we get 3, and 2, we get 3, and 72, 3, and 72, get 3, we get 3, and 2, 3, we get 3, Chris, 172, 21.
The Chris 21.
61, has a good one, has a good one, has a good one, 2, we get 3, and 3, we get 4, we get 5, go to 6 cutter, and 66 here, 5, 6 cutter, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, 8 dollar, and now 8, now 7, now 9, now 9, you get down 70, and 9, go to 70, we get 70, we get 70, go to 9, now 70, we get 70, now 70 here, S, 169, 2. 61, has a good one, has a good one, has a good one, has a good one, 2, we get 2, we get 3, we get 4, now 4, now 3, we get 4, go to 3, we get 4, 5, has a good one, 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 4, now 5, now 5, you get 5, has a good one, has a good one, has a good one, 6 cutter, has a good one, 66 here, 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, 8 dollar, and now 8 without, now 9, and now 9, now 70, we get 70, go to 70, we get 71, and 70 now 1, 70 now 1, here, another 1, here, another 1, here, so 170, Jace, 30.
50 point, 50 point, 50 point, 51, 51, 3, 5, and 57, 55, 57, now 9, going to be 60 point, and 61, 61, 61, 2, 2, 3, 4, 64, 5, and 65, $6, 67, and 7, 7, 8, here, going to be 8, 9, going to be 970, and 9 here, going to be 70, 70, 70, 70, 970, and 9 here, going to be 70, now 70 here, Chris, 169, 2, 1. Dollar pound. Dollar bid, 105, and 105, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5 here, 105, and $100 here, going to be 105, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, you get 5 here, going to be 105, going to be 105, want to do it? 10, 15, 20, 120, 115, 120, 120. So at 115, Ricardo. Yeah, used to. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 40, 40, 2.5, 45, and 50, 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65 here, Jace, 160, 30. Right. 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 57, 60, and now 60, 2.5, now 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7.5, now 7.5, now 70, and 2.5, 75, and 75, give 80, 85, 85 here, 85, 90, 195 here, 195, we get 2, now 5, and 2, now 5 here, 10, and 210, 15, and 215, 20, and 220, 15, 20, bid 15, and 20 here, going to be 20, bid 20 here, sold, 215, done, 22. 8 by 5, 2100, 21, and 2100, 21, now 3, and 21, 3, 3, and 5 here, 5, 7, and 27, $8, and 27, 7, 9, and 3,000, 3,000, 3, and 25, 3, and 1, and 32, 1, 2, 3, and 33, 3, and 32, 3, and 32, now 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, yes, 3,200, 7. 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 7, 60, and 2.5, we get 2.5, has to get about 7, 7, 7, 7, 70, we get 70, we get 70, we're going to be 70, 2.5, and 72.5, and 70, we get 2.5, we're going to be 70, we get 2.5, we're going to be 70, we get 2.5, 72.5, Kyle, 172, 1. Daughter. 105 and 105 here. Good 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105 and 105, 105, 105, and 10. Good to be 110, 15, 20, 120 and 20 by 23. Good to be 20 by 23. Good to be 15, 20, 5 and 20 by 20, 30 and 30, 30, 125, 30, 125, 30, 30, good to be 30, good to be 30, good to be 30, 30, 125, 30. So at 125, Ricardo. 7 by 5. Good rip. 2,500. 10 by 5. 2,500. 25. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 25, 2,600 and 25, 600 and 2,600 and a half, 5. Now 6. 2,600 here. 5. Going to be 6. S. 2,500 on 7. We show the 18th and 19th. Wednesday and the Thursday. No, because our first steer will show at like 8 that morning. We'll be like in the first or second class at Angus. Then we'll show the cross on Thursday. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and down 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, D, 162 and a half, 2. $2. 5-year-old, 205, and $2.5, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 205, and 205 here, 5 here, 5 going to be 205, and now 5 here, 5 going to be 205, 210, 215, and 25, and 225, 30, and now 35, 235, 5, and 235 here, 5 here, 5 here, done, 230, 22. See you, Brandon. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 51, and 51, and 52 and a half, 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 52.50, and 52 and a half, 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 here D, 150 on 12, 2. $1. 105 and 105, 105 and 10, could be 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 110, and now 10, 15, and 15 here, 110, 15 here, 110, 15 here, 110, 15 here, Doug, 110, 5X. Doug. Yep. Daughter. 105 and 105, 105, 105, and 105 a pound here, good to be 105, 105, and 10, good to be 110, good to be 110, good to be 110, John, you're at 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, same way, 105. He quit yawning. $6-year-old, 3,000. 32.50 and 32 and a half and 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 and 3,500, even to get 3,500 and 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 4 and 4,000, 4,000, 2 and a half and 42 and a half, 5 and 45, to get 45, to get 45, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47.50, get 47 and a half here, 40, to get 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half here, so about 4,500, Chris 8.
5-year-olds are 6 and 7 months bred. 2,500 and 25, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 2,500, 750 and 27 and 27 of 3,000 and 32 and 5 and 35, 37 and 37 and 37 and 600 and 35, 3,600, 35, 6 and 30. John, you're out. 3,600 and 36, 7 and 37, 37, 37, 36, 7 and 36, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. Here you're going to be 3,700 and now 3,700, 37, 37. John, 3,600. Put them on S7X. All open. Daughter bid 105 and 105, 5, 5, and 10, good to be 110, good to be 110, 15, 25 and 25, 30, 30, hit 27, 50 and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 good to be 27, good to be 27, 30 and 30, and 30 bid 30 and 30 bid 30, good to be 30, good to be 30, 30, 10 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, on 35 and 35, 7 50 and 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 sold, 135 S3. 135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half. Going to be 40. Going to get 2 and a half. Going to get 45, 47, 45 and 45 and 45 and 45, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 50. $1.50. Going to get 50. Going to get 52 and a half. Going to get 2 and a half. 5 and 55. You give out 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here. 55 and 55 here. 7 and a half. 57 and a half. 57 and a half. 57 and a half here. 6, 7, 8, 9. Sold 158 Cavanus straight. Put them on 3. 3 and 4-year-old. $2. 210 and $2.10 and 210, 20, 220, 30, we get 230, we get 240, we get 250, we get 260, we get 270 and 280 and 280, 90, we get 290, 80, 90, 80, we get 90, now 3 and 90, we get 3, we get 90, we get 3, we get 90, we get 3, we get 90, now 3 and 90, 300, 90, we get 3 and 3, sold 290, done. 22X. How many you got left, Ricardo? 100. $61. Has a good one. Has a good one. Huh? She's got a baby. 62 and a half, 2 and a half high, and it's a good five, has a good 7 and a half, 70, 170, 172 and a half high, and 75 here, 77 of 80, and now 80 there, 80, gotcha, 180 there, 80 here, 80 here, bow, 177 and a half on 9. Okay. Alton Weathers. Alton. $1,000. 1,100 and 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 11, 11, 10, 100, 11, 11, 12, and 12, and 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, and 1,500, and 15, 15, 15, and 1,500, 15, 15, what about a half? 14 and a half, 14 and a half, 14, 50, and 14 and a half here, have a half here, going to be 14 and a half here, half here, going to be half. Sold 1,400, Ricardo. 4. Just put bull, I guess. 4 was the calf, yeah. Huh. It was 4 forever. I just put a bull kid.
Put a bull calf. Just put bull. He is a bull. This calf's got a little hitch and let's get along. Yeah, got a little problem. Heifer or bull? Bull calf. Give $100, 200, 300, 400, $400, $500. What about a half? 450, 500, 550. You sure? 550, half price. 550. Anybody else want to bid? You bidding, Paula? 550. Sold. 500. Austin Pettingill.
This is an Austin
Pettingill.
petting deal, and he's on the internet.
Little Bosie fits him right up.
Put everything but 4, huh? I think you can even put 10 on there. Yeah, 10's pairs, yeah.
Speed heifer, what is that?
Spot.
Spot heifer.
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, and 60, and 60, here's 60, and 60 here, 2 and a half here, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 67 and a half, and 67 and a half here, Jace, 165, 30.
You got it? 220.
$2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 and a 5 here. 205 and 2 and a 5 here. 5 here now. 5 here. 5 here.
Get ready, Antone.
205. 2 and a half. 5. 205.
You guys right up here sitting. 205. You're at Antone. Brad, 202 and a half. Bull. D-Bull. Get ready, Antone. You just about had one.
$1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 50 now 5, 50 now 5, 60, and now 5, and 65, down 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 70, 70, 75, and 75 here, 175 here, 175, and 75 here, 175 here, 72 and a half, 5.
Sold 173. Gibbon Bull X.
The Gibbon Bull X. Where you getting money? You're just standing over there. $1
$1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 35, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, 55, 45, 50, 50, 5, 55, 55, 60. It's 60 there, 5, going to be 60, 55, 60, now 5, and 65, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, and 70 there, 70, 170, sold 167 and a half. Doug 6. Doug. $0.30 a pound, 40 cents a pound, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. $1.10. $1.10. Austin, you're out. $1.10. Sold her $1. That's the highest cow I've sold today. Ricardo 10. That's it. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good day. See y'all tomorrow.